Happy Friday, Kimberly parents. My name is Joseph Sally, and I want to welcome you to another edition of my weekly video bulletin. I am blessed to be the principal of Kimberly Elementary School, where we strive to build hope in action, belief in action, success in action. Stay tuned for some very important updates, which should all connect you to our goals of creating better readers, creating better mathematicians, and creating a better school culture. A few student discipline updates for you. First off, I want to remind all of our boys and girls that as we enter into the winter and spring season, make sure that you stay focused on instruction at all times. Some of our boys and girls have been coming to school not remembering that we are a place of learning, not a place to play. So make sure, boys and girls, that you are focused each and every day. And if our parents could help remind our youngsters of that, it will be greatly appreciated. Also, we need to walk in the hallways and not run. Yesterday, I was out in the halls, and I noticed a number of students running, of course, until they saw me. And so we want to remind each and every boy and girl that not running in the hallway is a safety concern. If you're running, someone else walks out of their room, you run into them, they're hurt, you're hurt, and it's something that can be avoided. Students are to remain in their seat and keep the noise level down in the cafeteria. I know that that's the only place that you get to have free conversation throughout the day besides when you're out at recess. Boys and girls, you need to make sure that you stay in your seat. You can talk to your friends all that you want, but stay in your seat so that way no one gets in trouble. Students are not allowed to bring slime to school. I actually had to stop a slime ring business yesterday. Didn't know that was taking place at Kimberly Elementary School, but it was. So boys and girls and parents, if you could remind your boys and girls that slime is not allowed at Kimberly Elementary School unless it's part of an activity that's being done under the direction of the teacher, and the teacher must be present at the time that you're doing that, and then it goes home. We will not be bringing slime to school, nor should we be trying to sell slime at school. Parents, this is something directly to you as it relates to what time should my kid come to school each day. Please note that our school opens up as early as 7 a.m. Mr. Jones is here every morning for you at 7 a.m. to open the doors. We encourage, if you are not getting here that early and you're not on the school bus, to drop your kids off by 7:30. That way they have plenty of time to eat breakfast and get themselves settled, because instruction begins promptly at 8 o'clock. When you drop your child off at 8 a.m., they are actually late to class. They've not had an opportunity to eat breakfast, and so then they go in the classroom behind the 8 gun. So make sure that you bring your kids to school as early as possible if you're driving them. Try to aim for 7:30, but note that you can get them here as early as 7 a.m. Also, early checkouts, which must happen by 2, must be accompanied by a doctor's note. So please only check your child out for a doctor's appointment and make sure that that checkout happens before 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, you will be denied access to your child. Some parent engagement updates. So coming up in our school, we have story time from the public library, which will be taking place on Wednesday, February 27th, and that's only for our pre-K through first grade boys and girls. Our next Go Team meeting, which is our governing board for Kimberly Elementary School, is on Wednesday, February 27th from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock. We'll actually be taking a vote on our school budget for the upcoming school year. Our Thorough Cluster Literacy Night is coming up. I don't know if you came to our Thorough Cluster Literacy Night last year when it was at Bunch, but this year it's taking place at Thorough High School. It's bound to be a wonderful time for your boys and girls. It's also a great opportunity for our parents to learn how to better support your students with literacy in the classroom. That will be taking place again on Thursday, February 28th from 6 o'clock until 8:30 at Thorough High School. National Read Across America Week takes place when we get back from break, and on Friday is actual National Read Across America Day, Friday, March 1st. There are going to be plenty of activities that week. Looking at some of those activities, on Monday when we come back from break on February 25th, it's Hats Off to Reading Day. On Tuesday, the 26th, it's a time to learn and remember celebrating American authors. We're going to wear a shirt with words on it saying a meaningful slogan. On Wednesday, the 27th, you're going to wear camping attire for Camp Out with a Good Book. On Thursday, the 28th, is a March for Literacy, and you're going to dress as your favorite book character and bring in the book. On Friday, March 1st, which is Read Across America Day, it's Reading is Fun if you continue to read and learn, oh, the places you'll go. You're going to wear a shirt that represents your favorite place or a place you'd like to visit. That's just a part of the fun activities that will take place during Read Across America Week when we come back. Please note that my monthly principals chat and chew will also take place on March the 7th from 8 until 9 a.m. And our spring picture day, dress nicely on that day, boys and girls, is Thursday, March 7th. And we'll be taking individual and group pictures on that day. Did you know that our school has an annual study abroad trip? Last year that trip was to Nicaragua. This year that trip is to Mexico. And it'll be taking place the week of March 25th through the 29th. Unfortunately, if you're not one of those families that are already going, it's already too late to get involved in that, but stay tuned and find out about how that trip goes for our youngsters. And if you have students that'll be here again next year, so you're not a rising sixth grader, but you're gonna be here next year, look out for that trip because I think it'll be a great opportunity for you. Our fifth graders are gearing up for their annual trip to Camp Fortson 4-H camp, which will take place April 15th through the 17th. In fact, today was the first payment due. That trip cost the school $160, but we're only charging our parents $50 to attend that trip. And your first $10 deposit was due today. So if you did not get in your first $10 deposit, please make sure you do so as soon as possible. That second deposit of $20 is due on March the 8th. In other news, on Wednesday night was our State of the Cluster event. It took place at Bunch Middle School. It was a great opportunity to hear from our board representative, Ishay Collins, our assistant superintendent, Mr. Tommy Usher, and all of the principals in the Thorough Cluster. It was a wonderful opportunity to hear from us and find out what kinds of activities are taking place in the Thorough Cluster and how are we making our school better for your boys and girls. We will have another one of those nights in the spring. The date is yet to be determined, but once it comes out, please, if you weren't able to make it this last time, come on out, because I think you'll get some valuable information and some great insight on how it is that we're helping to support your boys and girls. Tonight, if you didn't already know, but you still can participate, is our second annual father-daughter, mother-son Valentine's Day dance. It will take place from 6 to 8. It's $10 in advance, so if you've already paid, it's $10. But at this point, it's $15 at the door per child with one free parent, okay? So if two parents come, you have to pay for the second parent, but one free parent gets in per the cost of a child, and that's $15. I hope to see you all there. The proceeds from that particular dance actually help to support our trip to Mexico. Have you thought about being a part of our Go Teams? Our Go Team is actually doing nominations right now where we have one parent, one community, and one faculty seat available. If you have not already elected to be a part of the Go Team, please go to the APS website, look for Go Teams, and on there you should see a link that will allow you to nominate yourself to be a part of the Go Team. Today is the last day of our Random Acts of Kindness week, and I am proud to say, that's my certificate, I'm proud to say that I actually got a Random Act of Kindness award this week. We made sure that we were encouraging our boys and girls and our faculty to say encouraging things to people and treat people nicely. One day was High Five Day. And so all this week we were participating in Random Acts of Kindness. So what I want you all to do is continue with our Random Acts of Kindness and ask your boys and girls how did they display any Random Acts of Kindness this past week. Our students did an awesome job in the Black History Month program. There is a link on Twitter and on the APS updates that actually highlights our Black History program. I actually had an opportunity to sing, Lift Every Voice and Sing for your boys and girls during one of those assemblies. We had 2 assemblies last week to kick off Black History Month here at Kimberly Elementary School. Progress reports will go home on Thursday, February 28th, so parents, please be on the lookout for that when we get back from break. And speaking of break, I keep mentioning the break, but I didn't tell you what days the break are. Next week is winter break, even though it probably won't be cold next week. It'll probably be warm and rainy, but boys and girls and parents, next week, the 18th to the 22nd, is winter break. And so our boys and girls will not come to school next week at all. They won't return back to school until Monday, February the 25th. When this past week also, our boys and girls were participating in benchmark testing. I almost forgot to mention that. Our benchmark testing was taking place for grades 1 through 5, and we'll continue with benchmark testing when we come back from the break. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to join me during my weekly video bulletin. If you know anyone that isn't getting this message, please forward it to them or suggest that they contact the school and have their contact information updated to include their email address. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. We're Panthers who roar, respect others, own responsibility, always safe, ready at all times.